We're the Land Geek guys. I mean, this is Land Geek. I love saying we are Land Geek, Mark.
We are
when
Land
I
Geek.
first met you, you were the Land Geek, but now we're all Land Geek, and I don't know. It's just so cool to say that we are Land Geek. I love
We
that.
are Land Geek. So I do want to say that I'm very disappointed in myself and my organization. So I hired a house organizer, and this woman comes in. I mean, I'm telling you, the house has like never been more organized. It's insane. Like everything's organized. But I bought a Dobby mask. Do you guys remember Dobby from Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Dobby is the house elf who was being mistreated by the Malfoys.
Right.
And then he does something and becomes a free elf. So I thought, what a great costume to have, because we're all about being totally free. Work when you want, where you want, with whom you want. We're free elves. So I had this Dobby mask. I don't know where it went. So this is my Dobby look right now.
I have to do something because the two of you did not tell me it was Hat Day.
It's always
There
Hat
you
Day
go.
on Nightcap. So this is week 1. I stopped on Monday. I've quit caffeine.
Oh, boy.
So I'm drinking. So coffee talk is now water talk.
Yeah, that's
Aren't you
crazy.
gonna get like the mushroom stuff? Aren't you gonna get like the mushroom, the
The
formatic? Is that what it
The
is?
Four Sigmatic, is it caffeine?
Yeah. No, it's mushroom.
There's no caffeine. Then I'm gonna get
I
it.
don't think there's
I'll
any,
get that.
I don't think there's anything. I'd have to double check, but I know I got that from I think a Tim Ferriss podcast.
Yeah,
I tried it
yeah.
out. I thought it was pretty good. Don't get the mud. Oh, that was not. You ever hear of mud? MUD. It comes with this. It's an all coffee alternative, and it comes with this thing that whisks it up, and ugh, I think I
Terrible.
was drinking mud. Yeah, don't get mud. But Four Sigmatic's pretty good.
Okay. All right. So, go ahead and say hello in the chat. So what we want to talk about today on water / coffee talk / mushroom coffee talk is Nightcap last night.
Oh, boy.
So Fortune 500 Forbes is on. He's dressed as Ty Webb. Mike is Scott Todd. It was a great costume. And
Well, it's
Scott Bell. I kind of look a little Neo-y. I just got to get the sunglasses on.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. But what was going on last night? Because we're all a little depressed by it this morning. We all have Nightcap hangover.
yeah. We were looking to do we're going to revamp Nightcap, so we thought we'd come on here and see what people want, some ideas. We're willing to answer all types of questions, so I know Matt Forbes points it out a bit. It's sort of like a free coaching session, right? Everybody wants to get on there. I mean, take a bit. And so how do we inspire? Now, we're looking at a different time slot, but we have to recognize that on the West Coast it's 7 and East Coast is 10, but would we cut the difference and make it 9 and 6? I don't know. And then, we just look at Mark. We'd like to shake it up. It's been almost 3 years now. How long has this been going
3
on?
years. 3 glorious 2.5 years?
2.5 years, yeah.
Okay, so this
Shake it up.
is my thought. So I don't know did I tell you guys I'm meditating an hour a day now? I went from 20 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
So
What
I think it's
time?
helping with. I think the not having caffeine is helping the meditation, or maybe my brain is just so cloudy. I don't know. I'm not thinking as
impressive.
much. But I did have a thought. Could it be that we have too much content each week? So we've got the podcast on Tuesday, or the roundtable on Tuesday. We've got a podcast interview on Thursday. We've got the newsletter on Thursday. We've got Nightcap Wednesday or Thursday. And then we have Coffee Talk on Friday. It's a lot, right? Is it too much? Put in the chat if you think it's too much, Land Geek.
Are you sick
I
of
kn-
seeing our ugly mugs?
Are you right? Like at some point, do you just tune out the voices? I mean, my voice I think is easy to tune out. Not you guys.
Well, I think we as the Land Geek truly embrace what Scott and I have been talking about lately, this go-giver mentality. We just love to give content, but it's a good question that begs to be asked. Is there too much? Is it content overload, I guess is what you're saying? Is that
Right.
what we're looking at? Where are people thin? And it's a good question.
Right. Or is it something else? Is it just, everyone's sick of coronavirus and everyone's a little depressed and just waiting for Halloween, and last night was an anomaly. It says, if you guys don't mind doing it, I'm happy. Sometimes I can't make a certain time day, but can make others. Okay. And we do record it.
We do live in the rerun.
And we do live in the rerun world. So, I don't know. It's just a thought.
Just a thought.
I do like the go-giver mentality. It's like, can we really give enough? I don't know.
I don't think you can. I think, and by the way, there's a whole series of Go-Giver books, which I'm going through all of them. They're amazing.
Yeah.
The Go-Giver sells more, the Go-Giver influencer. There's one other one too. But yeah, they're really, for those of you who've not read the Go-Giver, please do so.
And again, Bob Berg was on the podcast.
Yeah.
Scott Bossman keyed me into a book last night, Mark. I don't know if you heard that. And I took action on this morning, and I could tell you, visionary. It really was. What's the name of the book, Bossman? First, tell him what the name of the book was you recommended.
Who, Not How.
Who, Not How. Ben Hardy.
So, I read my new speed rating tactics, because Bossman and I are trying to read a book a week, so I got to finally kick into this. So I read the whole first part, and it clicked, and I was like, because I had a problem in the business that I was trying to solve with I call her my EA, Mark, my executive assistant, Reenie Ann. She's awesome. She oversees like 6 or 7 people. She's phenomenal. Yeah. And so we were talking about something. You know what frustrated me yesterday is I was overthinking it. I was trying to solve the problem, and I'm like, we're talking back and forth, and when I got off, I was exhausted. I didn't feel good, and I'm like, so then this morning I woke up with a revelation from this book. I read this book this morning, real quick, the first 3 chapters, and I got on the box. I said, Reenie Ann, this is the deal. I am in the way here. I said, this is the problem we have. You're so much better than I am at solving things. All I want to do is create this, and this is why it's important to me that I need this done. I think I understand, well, why don't you just do it? And you're much better than I am, and rather than me sit here and try to describe it. So boom, she's in the middle of the process doing it now. I know it's going to be amazing. And I took it off my plate.
That's awesome.
And so that came from that book, and it was the Who Not How. Unbelievable.
That's not the book though?
That is the book.
This is the book?
Kindle.
Oh, the Kindle.
This is a library.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know what the cool thing is, Mike? Like the book talks about all the different reasons we need who's in our lives, right? And how we always come across a problem, and our first question is always, how do I solve it? How do I solve it? How do I solve it? And that completely slows us down. And what we need to be asking is, who can solve this for me? But the cool thing about this relationship now between you and your EA is that you and her relationship is going to be fueled by this whole thing, because she's going to be satisfied because she feels like she's making a difference, and you're going to be satisfied because she's coming up with these results that you don't have to spend your time and energy on.
Yeah, she's empowered, and I got this lesson from you, Mark, because like I asked her, like, what can I do to help you? What can I do to, like, hey, do you need somebody else that's gonna, because really I want her role to be overseeing like everybody. Like I tell her, I love it, Mark. Reenie Ann, you crack the whip. That's not my personality. I'm a nice guy. I go, right. They don't act. You crack the whip. And she loves it, and I'm like, if you need somebody else to help you for any task, because I don't want you dug down into the nitty gritty. I want you overseeing all these cast of characters that are part of our little play here called the land business, right? So it's really awesome. I feel so different from Bossman introduced me to that book, hitting that, and we already do this, but it reframed what we're doing and why we're doing it and how powerful it is. And it made all the difference. It took the load off my day instantly in the morning. Like, ow.
Yeah, no, it's so true how you read, like we all kind of know it, we're all kind of doing it, but when you hear it a certain way, in a different way, it's like that light bulb immediately goes off and you have total clarity on it. And that's the beauty of some of these books. People are talking about outsourcing of virtual assistants for years and years. Then Tim Ferriss is like the 4-hour work week, and he called it lifestyle design. It clicked with everybody,
Yes.
and that was it. Rich Dad Poor Dad. I mean, this was not a novel concept of assets and liabilities and passive income and buy assets that give you passive income. But the way he wrote it and the stories, it's like it just clicked for everybody. It was so motivational. So I mean, I'm really excited now to read Who Not How, just to see like, okay, how is this going to click and what concepts can I steal from it for Dirt Richer? Because that's really what Dirt Richer is all about. It's not. It's how do you scale a land business, and who do you hire? How do you do it, kind of thing, and then just the mentality of it as well. So, but Jason Hoffman says good morning, and we have our first question, our only question, by the way. So the questions are like coming down to a trickle. Maybe we've answered everything.
Welcome to Nightcap.
It's like, yeah.
How we felt last night. It was painful.
Yeah.
To our egos.
Right.
We qualified. Painful to our egos.
So someone wrote,
we need that.
have any of you sold on OfferUp? I have tried OfferUp. I have not sold. I don't even think I got a lead.
I have not.
We tried OfferUp for a couple weeks, and we got some leads.
You did get leads. Okay.
Yep, but we do not have a sale on OfferUp. I know Chris Hernandez got his first sale ever, I think, on OfferUp during flight school. And Mark, he's almost, I think he's hit the cycle now because he got OfferUp, Zillow, Landmodo, Facebook, Craigslist. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, his first sale was on OfferUp.
Wow. Okay, so there you go. So it's worth experimenting with all these different platforms. Right. Just because I'm having success, say, on Craigslist or Facebook and Landmodo, doesn't mean you will necessarily.
Right.
So definitely experiment and then use the 80-20 rule. If 20% of your efforts should yield 80% of the sales. So then go all in on that platform. Happy Friday, gents. Is that Paul Brewer? The gents?
That's Peter Zerios.
That's Peter Zerios. Hey, Peter.
Zerios.
Good to see you. So someone wrote, so lower the frequency for a month and see what the reaction is. I don't know if we can.
Will they miss us?
Will they miss us? Well, no, we can't lower the frequency.
Well, it's tough. We feed off of that. Like,
yeah.
Like, although we do it for the community, we sort of do it for ourselves too, because we love connecting virtually, but we can't do it in person. So it's sort of a.
Carla Mulligan says, keep doing it. So that's good.
Yeah.
I have an idea. We could do Nightcap one week. We could do Happy Hour another week. We could do a different time of day, like Zano.
Yeah.
We should probably bring back. Weren't we doing book reviews at one time, Mark? Maybe we should bring that back because we're trying to read these book a week stuff. I don't know that could bring that in during. I don't know.
I'm reading a 1,000-page book right now, or 1,000 or 1,200-page book, with my son. He's like, Dad, I want a good book. It's The Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, that's my favorite book of all time.
What? It's amazing.
Yes.
I'm on like page 320 right now. It's an amazing book. I love it. Alexander Dumas. So, and I don't read a lot of fiction. I'm loving this book. Yeah. Well, so why is it your favorite book of all time?
Just wait. You'll see. It's just the writing is absolutely phenomenal.
Right.
And it was written in like what year, Mark?
The 1860s, 70s. It's old. It's one of those classic books that you're supposed to read before you die. And so I gave because he told me I've got to read a book for English. I gave him all these like classic books, and he picked that one. I didn't realize I was going to, it's going to be 1,200 pages, but it's it's surprisingly amazing, like how fast we're getting through this thing.
Yeah, it's a page turner, for sure. And then after that, you need to watch the movie from the early 2000s, which was pretty good. Pretty good.
Who's in it?
Jim Caviezel.
Oh, okay.
Played Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crucifixion. Yeah, he's in it, and I can't remember the other ones, but yeah, highly recommend.
He wrote the Three Musketeers as well.
Right.
Another book I didn't read because again,
right.
I don't read enough fiction. So here's what somebody wrote. Okay, question for you. Actum setup. We've been making offers and moving into the buy stage individually. We have an LLC with a bank account already. Actum needs a sales agreement with the LLC. Do we just make a new organization, the LLC and LG Pass, in order to create the needed docs? Huh. You have an LLC, you just send them your operating agreement from the LLC. And if you don't have an operating agreement, then you just send it. Yeah.
They need sample docs, so they need to see the land contract, promissory note, purchase sale agreement. So if you haven't had a sale yet, I think can't you just go in and create a sample sale?
Yeah.
A dummy sale?
Create it.
Provide them with that paperwork?
Yeah, just go into LG Pass, create the sale, use my name or Bossman's name, maybe even Mike's if you're really feeling up for it. And send it on to Actum. So we are working very hard right now, looking for another more integrated way to alleviate an Actum. That's like our big thing right now, what we're doing with Geek Pay, but it's tough. There's a lot of obstacles. Somebody wrote book reviews would be cool. That would be cool. All right.
What?
What comment did we miss?
Nothing. I just think, okay, let's do some book reviews.
Oh,
yeah.
I think book reviews. I think we all love shows. I think show reviews too.
Show reviews.
Review.
The best show I've seen, I think, of 2020 has been Ted Lasso on Apple TV. I binged that thing. It was great. Ted Lasso. I don't know if it's the best show of 2020. There's been some good shows. Like the morning show was really good.
I can't believe
what else is really good.
Fleabag is, Mark. Like Laura and I are addicted. It's only
Fleabag.
2 seasons.
It's only 2 seasons. The Boys, by the way, very violent.
Is great.
Is great.
Yeah.
There's been a bunch of good shows, but I don't know. Right now, like the last show I just saw was Ted Lasso. I really liked it.
Well, I'm a little angry at Boston about TV shows right now. Do you know why?
About what?
TV shows. Because you got me to watch Away. I became totally addicted, and they've canceled it. It's like one of the best shows ever, and they're not going to redo it.
I know I'm very upset about it. Trust me.
Fleabag? Is that which one?
Away. That's when they go to Mars. It's unbelievable, and like it's one of the best-selling. I think there's something about the cost per episode because of all the special effects. They just couldn't support it, so they.
Which platform is that on?
Netflix.
Okay.
Come on, they got enough money. What are they talking about?
They're raising the prices. I think today or tomorrow. For their premium.
What?
Yeah, it's going up from I think $12 a month to $14 a month. Peter Zero says The Success Principles by Canfield is very good. He's like the chicken soup for the soul guy, isn't he?
Jack Canfield?
Jack Canfield. Unless it's a different Canfield. I don't know.
Taking notes.
Are we doing a big giveaway today?
We're doing a big giveaway. So, yeah, it's the end of the month.
All right.
And we give away the $1,997 giveaway.
Wow. I'm excited.
That is big.
That's huge, right?
It's a big giveaway.
Yeah.
So if you have the toolkit, well, if you don't have anything, you can get the toolkit. If you have the toolkit already, you can apply it to flight school. If you've been through flight school, you can apply it to coaching.
See, leaving a comment on Nightcap and Coffee Talk, it can pay you. It pays.
It can.
It pays to be engaged. Peter Zero says The Expanse is the best space sci-fi show in a decade.
I've heard that.
What's that
That's
on?
on Amazon.
That's on Amazon. All these shows. I'm like overwhelmed with it.
Too many shows.
Tate was saying there's a show about chess. He voxed me.
I have heard that's good.
What was that? Do you remember what that was?
No, but that's another one. It's a documentary, maybe?
I don't know. I'll have to look for it. Let me see. He voxed it to me.
So if you're watching, hurry up and make a comment if you want to win. Because I'm putting names in the hat right now. Make a
They can do
comment
it right now? They can
right
skip it
now, up to the end of the show. Make a comment. Give us a question. Say something goofy about Mike's outfit last night on Nightcap.
in? Jeez. I'm just hoping Scott Todd doesn't watch it. Because I actually wasn't Scott Todd. I was Scott.
Queens Gambit. The Queen's Gambit. Thank you.
Queens Gambit.
It's supposed to be really good. I'm like looking for it.
That's the chess one?
The chess one. Yes. Yes.
Michaela, your name's going in the hat.
Whose name?
Michaela.
Michaela? Yeah, let's talk about Michaela. She's still in college?
We're going to get Michaela on one of these. She's doing awesome.
Yeah,
She's really crushing it.
Michaela's got to come on the podcast. Has she been on the podcast yet? Again, I'm fuzzy.
It was a while ago.
I'm very
It's been a
fuzzy
long time
without the
ago,
coffee.
But she is an inspiration because of her age, how she got started, how she scaled this, and now she's working the business so successfully. She went right through from the toolkit and started executing, succeeding, and into flight school, and really starting to crush it. And then she went into coaching, and now she's in our boardroom. She is just plowing through this business unbelievably.
Yeah, but she's out of college.
Right. But
Yeah, but she just got right out of college. This is better than any job, I would say. And I think she still works for now. But I guarantee she is the wealthiest 20-something of all friends. Hands down. Derek Kaufman says good morning. Derek Kaufman, good morning.
Good morning.
We didn't talk about Bootcamp, though. Michaela was on Bootcamp for Girl the Geeks. It was she's great. It's an amazing story. All right, she said, no, I've never been on the podcast, just graduated in 2019. Okay, Michaela, we're going to have you on the podcast. So
Perfect.
I'll email you the booking link for sure.
Nice.
And just graduated in 2019. Oh, my gosh.
No.
What are you going to do with your life, Michaela?
I'm so happy for her, but so envious.
I'm so envious. Oh, my gosh. Tate Litchfield, good morning. Tate, we're talking about the Queen's Gambit that you recommended. Wow. There's a book by Barry Schwartz called The Paradox of Choice, where he says that the more choices we have, it actually makes us more unhappy, which is interesting. But Michaela's going to be able to do whatever she wants. Like, she can travel the world, do whatever she wants. That's a real existential problem, right? Michaela, what are you going to do with your life? When you can do anything and everything, what do you do?
Toby, remember that video back in the 80s? What do you want to do with your life? And the kid yells, I want to rock.
I want to rock.
At the beginning of that video?
Yeah.
Turn around. I want to land invest.
I want to land it. Yeah. Exactly. Tate said so good, the Queen's Gambit.
All right. We're in.
So many shows.
This is great. This is worth the price of admission to all these new shows to watch. I love it.
I know. So we've talked about books. We've talked about shows. We've talked about Nightcap. We've talked about Happy Hour. We've talked about Michaela. We talked about Bootcamp. Bootcamp was great.
Yeah.
And then we're, the networking for next year. People are kind of excited about it. So I think we'll combine some education
Talk about that, Mark.
with networking. So next year, we're thinking, because it's so easy for more people to come to a virtual boot camp and get that training, that we might as well do that and continue with virtual boot camps. So we're doing that for 4 times next year for 2021, and then just dedicate a whole weekend only to networking and maybe a little education, and we'll facilitate the networking and do those things. But otherwise, like, we're going to go to, let's say, like Vegas next year. We're booked for August. So Vegas is a really fun place to be. So we'll do networking and have fun and do some education, but it's not going to be these really, very, very long training intensive days like virtual boot camp is, and the real boot camp was. So that's the idea. I think depending on what happens with the coronavirus, hopefully we'll be able to do it, as well as get back to our elite weekend in Newport Beach. What's up, Tate? Tate says, Vegas, baby. Sad to miss this last boot camp, but really hoping to get to the next one. Yeah, I think the next one's... Are we open for the next one? Just go to landgeek.com/bootcamp.
In January?
To register. Yeah, January. But weren't you guys tired? It was a different energy on Zoom than live.
Yeah, I agree. It was the one in August. I was energized. Maybe it's the time of year or something. I don't know. Maybe it's.
The August one wasn't as bad as this last one for us physically. I don't know why. Maybe because it was our first one, and we were kind of comparing it to a physical one, which is exhausting. Mm-hmm. So, so I don't know, but it was great. It was great. And I do like the idea, like, we got really good feedback on the surveys of doing these breakout rooms. So, I think the next boot camp, what we'll do is we'll have breakouts for people, because you've got toolkit people, you have flight school people. Well, the flight school people might really be interested in going into advanced Facebook marketing with Taria, and they'll break out over there. And the toolkit people might want to go into something a little bit more fundamental, like county research and getting a list and pricing a list. You break out into that room. And then you might have, now the VIP, coaching clients, they would have their own breakout. But we could do things like that where you kind of break out to what your sort of your pain point is. So before boot camp, what we would do is give you a survey and say, hey, what pain point do you want us to solve prior to boot camp? Create like 3 breakout rooms and then break people out and talk about that. What do you think?
I think that could be really helpful. I was fortunate enough to be involved a little bit with the VIP room at this last boot. First time actually using a breakout room, and it was smooth. It was like teleporting. It was really kind of neat.
It was kind of cool, right? Totally what I suggested after first virtual, to have designated networking. So all I'm seeing is Facebook user on my end. It's like an eCam.
That's Kenneth Green.
Kenneth Green. What's up, Kenneth?
What's up, Ken Green?
August virtual boot camp was awesome. Who's that?
That's Kermit Wallace.
Kermit Wallace. What's up, Kermit? Love that idea about breakout groups.
Andrea Miller.
Andrea Miller. All right. Hi, Andrea. All right. Well, guys, we're kind of at the end here.
All right.
Of night.
Are we ready for the...
of coffee talk. Water talk.
Ready for the drawing?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Random name picker. There's a lot of names in here because it's the entire month of October. So here we go. Picking. James Rain, Rayne, or maybe Rainey.
James Rain.
James, congrats.
Congrats. 1997. I don't think he has a toolkit. I think he's getting a toolkit.
Awesome. We'll reach out to him.
All right.
Maybe we can find him.
Awesome. Yeah, but he's not a regular on that, I think. Peter Zero says, I am excited for Land Geek networking opportunities. Awesome. And that'll be a whole fun thing. Like, we got Vegas slated, but like, I want to go ski. I want to learn to fly fish. I want to go whitewater river rafting. I don't know. What other activities could we do? Should we do a cruise?
A cruise would be fun.
A cruise
after Corona.
After Corona cruise, that would be fun. Mike Zano, what about just a kibbe tasting in Boston?
Raw kibbe.
Raw kibbe, or just the life of Zanos, and just do that. It'd be wicked smart.
I'm going to send you a link to Bill Burr. He did it in 2012. He walks around the local beach near here, and he does commentary. I think it's right up. You're going to love it. It's like 15 minutes of him before a show, just walking around and talking about that. Oh, my God. So you just reminded me because you're thinking of the area. It gives you a taste of where I grew up in the beaches. It's a little different.
Right. Well, we're at Halloween time. I want to wish everybody a safe Halloween. Halloween hasn't been canceled, has it?
Well, I don't know if it's officially sanctioned, but I believe that you'll see little tiny networks, little neighborhood groups doing their thing, I would think.
Okay. So it's a truly scary Halloween. When you go out, it's like, am I going to get a virus or not?
Right.
Trick or treat, is that what it is?
Yeah. I do think outside it's very, very difficult to transmit. It's really inside, I think. Although I have no medical advice to give to anybody. This is just what I read. I don't know. Don't listen to me.
Good idea.
So I don't know. I mean, you guys have older kids. My kids are older. What are you guys doing for Halloween?
Working.
Yeah, my kids are older as well. They're all in high school, so I don't think we have anything planned.
Yeah. Maybe we could just all dress up and get on Zoom and like play music or play a game.
We tried that. Didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a Zoom virtual game that you can play with like people, and like as a group you make these decisions on like what to do. So I don't know. Whatever.
I think people might be zoomed out too. That might be why questions are down.
It could be. Everybody's got Zoom fatigue, virtual fatigue. I'd like to see another human being live. I miss you guys.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's too long. Sick of it. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Everybody be safe. If you're still on, let's all do this together. 1, 2, 3. Let freedom ring. All right. Thanks, everybody.